Ben Jernigan was a young man from Tennessee. He was horrendously attacked in October of 2016 while trying to walk home after experiencing car troubles. To this day, his case remains unsolved. Ben was described as a free-spirited young man who was anything but normal. He was always getting involved in some sort of new endeavor, oftentimes finding comfort in the arts, such as music, drawing, or otherwise. He played a variety of instruments, and is said to have doodled on pretty much any sheet of paper that was given to him. He was very gifted as an artist and took every chance he had to better his craft. In the months leading up to his demise, Ben wasn't known to have been involved in any drugs or pretty much any other illegal activities. Instead, he was well known for being a pretty clean-cut guy. And according to evidence in the case, he was just a guy who was in the wrong place at the wrong time, making him a victim of circumstance rather than anything else. Police believe he lost his life after being robbed, but this hasn't really been confirmed. In fact, police are almost entirely uncertain of what went down the evening of his passing, but their best guess is that he was involved in some sort of robbery gone wrong. In October of 2016, Ben had finally completed his summer semester of school and wanted to take a break before continuing his studies the following year. He headed out that evening to spend some time with friends and kind of just unwind after a busy semester. He's known to have visited a local bar, with receipts proving that he probably left the bar sometime around 2:30 a.m. He was seen by traffic cameras just about an hour later at about 3:30 a.m., just a few blocks away from his mother's house. A few moments later, his vehicle bottomed out on a railroad crossing. This normally wouldn't be an issue, but the Lincoln Town Car that he was driving was outfitted with a safety device that would shut off the fuel pump if an impact was detected. They installed these in cars, a lot of older cars specifically, in order to prevent fires in the case of an accident. The device malfunctioned when it hit the train tracks, so the vehicle naturally assumed that it had been in a wreck, and this caused it to stall abruptly, leaving Ben on the side of the road. This wasn't a huge issue because his mother's house was within walking distance. However, it seemed as though Ben had no intentions of walking that evening. According to the evidence, Ben likely knew what the problem was with his car, as he began sifting through the glove box of the car searching for the manual so that he could locate the safety switch and just reset it and continue on his way. But a passerby reported that the car was broken down, with the call coming at around 5:45 a.m. When police arrived, Ben was slumped over the console of his car, seemingly still reading the manual. But upon closer inspection, they found that he'd been shot at point-blank range, with the contents of his wallet strewn all across the car. This was very obviously a robbery, though there was no evidence left at the crime scene. What's incredibly strange in this case is that Ben was pulled over in a fairly populated area, but when police interviewed the nearby residents, no one reported seeing his car pulled over, or reported any gunshots or any suspicious individuals that evening. By all means, it seemed that the criminal had committed the perfect crime. Police claim that they have several people of interest on file, but they don't have any witnesses. They claim that without any witnesses, they can't pin the crime to anyone. What's even worse about Ben's case is that his family say he didn't have much money to offer the criminal. Judging by the family's remarks, it seems pretty safe to suggest that Ben likely lost his life over pocket change, rather than any real decent sum of money. His case has currently gone cold, and while family and friends are definitely hoping to get to the bottom of this eventually, this seems increasingly unlikely. What's pretty interesting is that this isn't the only case out of Knoxville that tells this exact same story. A quick Google search reveals a young woman named Gina who faced an eerily similar fate. She lost her life back in 2009 while inside her car at an apartment complex that she had no association with. The Knoxville City website also shows several other cases, at least 5 victims between 2013 and 2019 that again tell the exact same story, an unexplained gunshot with the person being locked in their car. The most recent attack like this took place in September of 2020. It's currently October of 2020 at the time of filming this. And this begs the question, were these all just one-off attacks? Or is Knoxville home to a serial criminal? It's bad enough that robberies like this have been running rampant across America and other parts of the world for countless years. And it's ridiculous that at this time in history, in 2020, we still can't treat each other with respect. It's also ridiculous that Ben lost his life as the result of this robbery. His family seems to believe that if he were confronted by a robber like this, he would have likely given the person anything that they wanted. There were no signs of a struggle at the crime scene, so it seems as though Ben literally lost his life for nothing if he gave the criminal what they wanted. It's heartbreaking that cases like this continue to pop up time and time again. So if you guys have any information about this case or know anything about it at all, police and family members are asking that you contact the Knoxville City Police at 865-215-7000. But that's going to be the video for today. I didn't mean for this to be such a downer video, but this is definitely an important case to cover, especially since more cases like this continue to pop up in the Knoxville area. It's just ridiculous that stuff like this is continuing to happen in America, of all places. I mean, America's supposed to be the greatest country on earth, but I think in the last few years that's very quickly gone down the drain, and this is just further evidence of that. I just hope that for Ben's sake and for his family's sake and for the friend's sake, they are eventually able to find out who was involved in this case, and I wish the same for all the other cases that tell the exact same story. That doesn't make sense to me, and it definitely makes me wonder what could be going on there. Is it a bigger issue than they want people to believe, or are these genuinely just several one-off cases that kind of coincide with each other and took place all around the same time frame? But that's the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to hit that like button. If you loved it, maybe consider subscribing, hitting that notification bell, or even clicking that join button below to help the channel out financially. It really helps further the channel and helps allow me to make more videos for you guys. Hence why I've recently been trying to do 2 videos a week if at all possible, because you guys have been showing me a lot of support lately and it's really helping out a ton. So I really appreciate that. But I've been Ty Knots. You guys have been lovely. I'll catch you in the next video.